However, I did hesitate telling my family about it straight away, which I regret now. I think that my whole approach to it was too conservative, was too inward-looking and too insular. My name's Ajay Jain. I'm a retired solicitor. I retired very recently. I turned 60 this year. My hobbies, sport. If it's got a ball in it, a racket, I like it. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease around about 2003, about 20 odd years ago. I was finding my hand was getting more and more rigid. I also found that there was a tremor constantly coming, which I couldn't stop. And that took me to my GP via my good lady wife, Marla, who's been very supportive throughout the whole process. The GP examined me, he referred me to a neurologist, and we did some tests, and he came out with a diagnosis, Parkinson's with memory loss. I had a second opinion from a different consultant. Now, this consultant was actually reached the same conclusion, but he was actually quite tearful when he diagnosed me. I remember thinking to myself, at that stage, what on earth is he tearful for? It's only Parkinson's. I didn't hesitate to seek medical advice. I thought it was obviously necessary in such circumstances. However, I did hesitate telling my family about it straight away, which I regret now. I think that my whole approach to it was too conservative, was too inward-looking and too insular. I should have been more outgoing, saying, look, this is what I've got. This is what's going to happen to me if you follow the journey of Parkinson's. And then they could have been supportive, which they have been very supportive of me, but they could have been supportive in a different way, instead of hitting them with surprises each time. My immediate family was very sympathetic on my side and also on my wife's side. I can say this now, not because my wife is in the same room as me, but my wife's family have been equally excellent in looking and caring for me and being emotionally supportive. I did try out some home remedies. Looking back at them, I found them quite amusing, but it's actually quite risky, in fact, quite dangerous. People do take these as a substitute to science. There is no substitute to science. For me, I'd like to go through it with you because there's so many things here. Tremors affects you doing your shoelaces up or doing your buttons up on your shirt, difficulty in swallowing, food and medication. Now, this is a really serious issue. People don't realise that if you get tablets that are too large for you, you can't swallow them properly. I have difficulty reading my own notes. Shuffled walking. Another condition that affects you is drowsiness and sleep. It affects your balance. A lot of people with Parkinson's fall over and trip. I remember when I first diagnosed with Parkinson's, I was reading about things like dementia, and it just put me right off. I put the book down and still want to read about it, you know. Now, being active and having interaction with people is very, very important with Parkinson's. That is the worst thing you can have with Parkinson's. The irony is, the worse your condition gets, the more you need relationships, and the more you need friendships, and the more you need to meet people. People who will be understanding and sympathetic and emotionally available to you, not mocking or ridiculing people.